Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to LoLTourneys. It's been a long day for our bronze tournament this April, the 21st, and it's gonna be a very climactic finish between these two teams. It's going to be the Budy System versus Gather and Give. Once again, I'm PiraTechnics, and joining me now for the first time is Alexandria. How you doing?
Hi guys.
So, this game has really started quickly. We actually had the game load up before we even got ready to start streaming it. So the picks and bans were already completed. For the blue side, Budy System decided to ban out Shyvana, get rid of Graves, and get rid of Thresh as well. And their opponents took out Master Yi, Akali, and Morgana. What do you make of especially the Graves ban, Alex?
Well, I mean, sorry, can you repeat what they banned again?
Oh, they got rid of Graves. So Shyvana, Graves, Thresh, and then Master Yi, Akali, and Morgana. But Graves is kind of an interesting one for me because he's stronger in the 4-5 patch, but a little bit not really what I would call like a first ban worthy. So it might be a targeted thing. Do you think?
I think so too, because normally, ADC bans are usually, long range champions such as Caitlyn, or they usually get Vayne out of their, late game mechanics, or they help a lot towards the end of the game. So I think maybe it is a target champion at the moment.
Well, it doesn't seem to be worrying Budy System, or Gather and Give rather, too much. They are going to take their bot lane right away in a Leona Sivir combination. Heal and exhaust OP, especially in the 4-5 patch. The other side, of course, Budy System is picking up Jax, so that's something that's almost essential to first pick, even though it's a top lane, and arguably people say top lane affects less of the game than other things. And they also take an Alistar, and hovering around, looks like it's going to be an Udyr.
Yeah, Udyr is pretty strong in jungle. As long as, with that combination that you mentioned before, Leona and what was it again? Sorry.
Well, that's on the other side. It's Leona and Sivir, but actually they swapped it up, so this is another thing that people at LoLTourneys like to do when they're playing. They love to troll us casters.
Well, I mean, honestly, I'm still thinking about that Graves ban that you mentioned. It really is quite interesting. You don't see that a lot, but I mean, I did know that I saw Graves being played a lot in
I've disconnected for just a minute. No, I'm back. Cool. Thought I DC'd. That was bad.
Technical difficulties.
Serious technical difficulties. Okay, so Xin Zhao being in the jungle is a very common pickup since 4-5 thanks to Feral Flare. A more pre-4-5 pickup in the jungle is going to be that Vi that Dr. Evil Bob is rocking right now. What do you think? How do you think those two junglers really stack up against each other, especially since the new changes to AD jungling?
Well, it's just, personally, Vi is always, very good jungler. She's got a very strong ult, but then again, once Udyr gets into the game instead, I've seen that he can get really powerful, and I mean, this is going to be an interesting game to see because I know both Udyr and Vi are very strong junglers.
The ADC actually for Budy System ends up being Corki, so we've seen a little bit more of him too. Still a little bit of an oddball choice from time to time. Gap close, though, is really the name of the game for the Budy System. They're rocking a Jax. They've got a Janna for some displacement. They've got Xin Zhao in the jungle. Corki has Valkyrie. It's a very long-range gap close or escape. And then LeBlanc ends up being the final pickup for them. So this is very much a mobility composition. And I can't really take it away, though, from Gather and Give. They're kind of doing the same thing. Last picks coming in ends up being Malphite and Malzahar.
And since one of them has LeBlanc on their team, LeBlanc can get actually pretty powerful too. So it's definitely something they're gonna have to watch out for.
Yeah, Malzahar is an interesting answer to LeBlanc. I suppose they want to try and catch her. The ultimate is a really useful thing. He can kite reasonably well, but I'm a little bit worried about his capability to sustain the high damage output that LeBlanc's known to throw out, especially in the early mid-game.
Yeah, but I mean, as long as he can keep up in CS and build the right items, I'm pretty sure Malzahar can put up well against LeBlanc, in my opinion.
All right, we'll see if they manage to do it. We've entered the delay finally, as everything is settling all in, and I'll make sure we have the go-ahead to announce the summoners. We don't want to have ghosting in our games. We don't quite have the summoner spells up yet because you've got about 10, 20 seconds before we get into that point. And but it's needless to say, this is going to be a very cool, a very interesting matchup between these two teams. They didn't
Yeah,
make it to the finals for nothing.
definitely going to be very interesting.
Mm-hmm. And I think that there's a little more tankiness on the side of Gather and Give. They have I was gonna say Malzahar and it's Malphite. There's so many M's on this team that it's tongue tying me. Okay, Malphite, Leona, Vi. These are all very, very tanky, sustained champions. Even Malzahar is up there. Sivir can last a little longer. She does have the spell shield. And whereas the only person really reasonably tanky, naturally, on their opponent's side on Buddy System is gonna be Jack. So I think the longer a fight goes, the more that Gather and Give is gonna have a chance. Or do you think that it's really gonna go a little bit differently?
No, actually, I think you're right. I mean, I've seen Jack get pretty tanky, and once he's up there, there's no stopping him really. He's just forced to reckon with.
He's crazy late game, and he's going to be up against that Malphite. They're both rock and teleport. We can talk about summoners now. Oh, I'm getting so excited waiting to be able to discuss this, but I couldn't quite. Obviously, both the junglers taking the smite. A lot of heals, but not as many as you might think. Janna, again, 4-5 patch. There's no heal debuff on summoner heal just yet. So no reason not to pick it up in your full bot lane, although the big difference is Leona is actually going to opt for a ignite. So this is a bit of a questionable decision right now in this patch, just because the heal tends to outweigh it. But they might be looking to maybe burst somebody down early, and that's the reason Leona opted to take that instead.
Sorry, you're kind of breaking up right now.
Oh, pardon me. Let me see if I can fix my microphone. How's that?
Yeah, that's way better.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay. So again, these two teams have a really interesting set of matchups. I think the bot lane is going to be just so squishy right now for Buddy's system.
Yeah.
They've got Janna and Corki have a lot of escape mechanisms and a lot of displacements, but they're not exactly sustain heavy, which is totally what you could say of Gather and Give. And who do you got to give that bot lane to at the end of the day? It's hard to call.
Um, Honestly, I would say to the Corki and Leona because once Leona gets on a flare up there, if she builds it right, she can get pretty enough damage to affect the other team significantly.
All right. Well, that's definitely a way they can catch people out. But uh, if Janna is able to pop the ult in time about the same moment that the solar flare goes down, do you think that'll be enough to keep Sivir back as well? Or I mean, Corki definitely has a way to escape out of these things pretty easily. I don't know. It's a really hard lane to call, and I'm not used to seeing a lot of Corkis, but we're loading up into the game, and it looks like everybody in chat is getting really excited. I count like 5 Doges right now. That's incredible, and 1 Molly.
Now that you mention, I mean that
I'm getting pumped.
yeah, I know that for a fact. Janice ult does heal her teammates once they're around and just push back most of the champions. So that's gonna be something that's actually gonna play a great effect into team fight.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of these champions are really good at maneuvering around in and out of where they need to be. Again, this is a mobility-based comp. There's a lot of gap close. Xin Zhao, Jax, Corki, LeBlanc. Everybody has a dash except Janna, and Janna gives everyone movement speed with their passive. So this is a really nice catch composition once they get into the team fights. However, there's so much tankiness, so much all-in potential from their opponents. But we've run out of time to talk about that, and this is something we like to do at LoLTourneys Alexandria. Are you ready for what we like to call the Skin War Best War?
Sure.
All right, I'll just give you I explained it last time. I'll just straight up say it right now because it's really easy to just discuss. Up at the top, there's only one skin for Buddy's system, and it's Imperial Xin Zhao, and that guy, he is such a man. But he stands alone because on the bot, we've got a grand total of 4 skins, a quadra skin, Pool Party Leona, Overlord Malzahar, Glacial Malphite, and Neon Strike Vi, the ever so colorful Vi skin. And it looks like Gather and Give
Yep.
is going to win Skin War 4-1. Yeah, right? That's a total stomp in the skin war.
It really is.
Yeah. Oh my god, I thought it was playing for a second, so I tried to click. I'm like, why can't I move off Fountain? Oh, I can't believe I just did that.
I thought I was activating the wrong game, and I was like, what's going on?
Yeah, the observer interface takes a little bit of getting used to, that's for sure. All right, so let's talk about the support pick items. This is really interesting. Janna could go Spell Thief's Edge, but she's gone for a coin instead. Leona taking it's not Targon's Brace, it's a Relic Shield. That's right, I always say the wrong name because it's like an evolution line. What do you think about those pickups? Because they're both cold generation items, but Leona doesn't always get the Relic Shield unless she wants to go all in on people.
Yeah, I know for a fact that, you know, Janna's coin pickup item is definitely going to help her, you know, stack up on gold, considering she can't necessarily grab CS for herself. And as for Leona, her pick is also pretty helpful, but at the end of the day, it actually just comes down to who can take advantage of the item that you started with, who can get the most gold, and who can build the best item fastest.
And interesting to note, too, that Leona does have the Biscuit Mastery, which Janna doesn't have, as you can see by the way her health pots aren't turning into biscuits. That is a slight thing at the very beginning. It's bigger, though, and that's it can really mean the difference between First Blood and not, especially when you're someone as squishy as Janna. I'm kind of surprised she hasn't put that in her masteries, but maybe there's something else they're just saving it for.
That's definitely true what you just said, but I have confidence that this Janna could possibly, you know, make good use of that and she just picked up.
Other thing that's interesting, Malphite is going AP. That Doran's Ring, dead giveaway?
Yeah.
Kind of surprising.
No,
so they're not going to be all that tanky.
I've seen plenty of AP Malphites, and honestly, once they, you know, all their items are stacked, completely built, they're pretty powerful to lane against with. But then again, he's also against Jax, which is definitely strong as a top laner. So, you know, this is going to be interesting to see how it plays.
Yeah, it might be a good choice to opt for a little more damage, especially when you've already got two really, really tanky members of your team as well. Leona and Vi are both really, really powerful and really, really tanky, pretty much naturally. So Gather and Give, not really worried about it. Whoa, early game action already starting. Okay, Odota, LeBlanc diving in. Dr. Evil Bob takes about half his HP bar in damage, and he's got to be really careful. That's going to be an easy first blood should it happen again.
Yep, I agree with you. You know, but as long as Janna can, you know, cast her Q efficiently, I'm pretty sure she can stop Leona from grabbing onto Corki.
Yeah, the bot lane's a little more evenly contested. LeBlanc is really, really running the mid lane, though, and that's what you got to watch for in the beginning. I don't think Malzar's quite got an edge on her just yet. Might need a little bit of help from Vi, rotating around the side. But on the bot, like you said, Janna and Corki are really having no trouble pushing this combination of Sivir and Leo back, and this is somewhat problematic if you're going a Relic Shield early. You can't really get the gold out there as you'd like.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I mean, already in bot lane, you can see that Malzahar is definitely, you know, a little, not significantly ahead in CS, but I mean, if he keeps this up, it's probably going to be turning out in his favor, and he might end up winning this lane.
The top lane is a little more static. I think actually Jax has been eating a lot of damage from the, well, I have a buddy here who likes to call it the cookie. It's the Q. I don't actually know the real name of it because I don't play Malphite, but it's it right there. You know who you are. It's Smokey. Calling you out right now. Oh, here comes Vi for the top. Oh, she's going to try to Vault Breaker, but no, it turns around because Jax was out of position, or back into position. And, yeah, he's going to be finding Astronaut Bob. There's a double buff. It's a double buff battle in the jungle, and here comes Jax to try and help it out a little bit more. Leaps into it. Vi is forced to flash away, but followed on. Astronaut Bob still going. The Vault Breaker escaping under the tower range, but they're diving anyways. First blood goes to Xin Zhao. Astronaut Bob getting his buffs reset. Face tanks the tower 3 times, but he'll get out alive. And now Jax is engaging once again. Probably not the smartest move, but they got a kill.
Yeah, that's definitely true, but I mean, Vi was already set up for that game, but I guess she did see Xin Zhao moving towards the top lane, which definitely played out for Purple's favor.
Both junglers going for the top really early. I'm kind of surprised. Whoa! Dr. Evil Bob, you got to back away from that. He Gets LeBlanc with a little bit of damage over time there, but nothing else doing, and then it ends pretty anticlimactically. Meanwhile, Malphite continuing to push up in the top. Fetus Ninja has the funniest name in this game. Sounds like it's something out of The Binding of Isaac.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh, Raisin Will, he's jumping on, Counter-Strike in there, and they find Astronaut Bob 2 with the double buff still coming in, trying to make something happen, but the rock is too fast. And now we've got, actually I thought that was the funniest name, but then I saw Vi. Midget Task Force. Okay, these guys are very creative.
I noticed.
And Sivers I can't even try to pronounce. I think that's like what a Murloc sounds like.
King Bird. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, either way, they're diving in onto Corki. But there's the Valkyrie. That's why you want to take Corki. He can escape from almost anything. And Reloop finds that out the hard way, taking half his HP bar. In the meanwhile, Janna shielding up I-Star quite nicely. Top lane continues to go back and forth, but now it's been turned around. Jax actually forced under his own tower. Malzahar free farming in the mid lane, while LeBlanc has been forced away. And it's actually a quite even game, despite those 2 early kills for Budy's
right.
system.
I've also noticed that, you know, with Janna helping Corki, he's definitely getting not quite ahead, but it seems that he is getting CS maybe about a half a second earlier than Sivir is, but you know, that's going to be something we're going to have to look in towards late game, as you know, their items start stacking up and helping them progress forward on their lane.
Yep. Jack's actually going with those double Dorans to try and just absolutely kill Malphite, but he hasn't been able to do it without Xin Zhao's help, and that's just got to be so frustrating when you're such a hyper carry champion as Jax to not be able to deal with AP Malphite like that. He does out farming him 2-1 though, and that's definitely a big advantage right now. It's already hit 6.
With LeBlanc playing the way that she's playing right now, it seems that she's already gotten ahead in CS before Malzahar, but I mean, like I said, this is something interesting. These picks are something you don't see every day, and with Vi roaming around jungle it seems like she's getting ready to gank sometime soon, so you know.
And she's just continuing.
To look for.
Yeah, it's kind of, you can't really tell when Vi's going to come in, but she's a little bit of a slow jungler to start, and she hasn't hit 6 yet. Vi is really, really dependent on Assault and Battery to make a high utility hit, and she just doesn't have the items for it. She's still sitting on a Spirit Stone, whereas Xin Zhao has already got the Wriggle's Lantern, and, you know, Feral Flare is a scary OP item for junglers, so Budy's system is going to have a much more potent gank setup in the next couple of minutes. And here's an engage up the top. Fetus Ninja getting counter-struck and pushed back to his own tower. He's going to turn back around and cookie poke, and nothing will come of it. Raisin Wolf once again forces him off some farm. Now Vi's going to be coming up possibly to the top, but thinks better of it. Jukes around a few minutes in the jungle, just doing a little dance. That is a really cool recall animation, and she's going to go for red. Okay.
It seems like she prefers to, you know, build her CS up before she can actually make things.
Yeah. It's a very flashy Vi. I feel like her and Tarek would get along. Alright. Oh! Almost finds Sivir on the end of the tornado. Shinigami not quite having the range on that to make it happen. And King Murgle will get out. And that is, God, that is like hard for my vocal cords to make happen. Okay. Reloop, though, doing a really good job at covering all the bases and not letting anyone dive on Sivir. Really being a extremely defensive Leona, but not really picking up as much farm. The Relic Shield, of course, means it's a little bit necessary, but you gotta wonder that if this is not going to be super effective because she can't get in and take some farm without taking damage. Oh, but LeBlanc in the middle! I thought that wasn't going to happen, but never turn your back on a LeBlanc. Passive is popped, but there you go. Here's the Assault and Battery. It's only Vi, though. She will pick her up. Thank you, Double Buffs, and thank you, E. Midget Task Force cleans up the LeBlanc, and the bot lane is continuing to farm up as if nothing happened.
And if you notice top lane, you can already see Jax getting ahead in CS. You can see Malphite's already kind of starting to fall behind, because like Vi, he is also kind of a slow begin, slow chance at first.
Yeah.
In order for him to actually be able to win this lane, he's going to have to pick up his speed and be able to find the right items to build. Right now, it seems that he only has some boots, Doran's ring, and some health items, but you know, that's nothing compared to oh sorry, to lifesteal on Jax already.
Yeah, oh, whoa, in the bot lane, though, that's a big set of ults as there was a 3v3 in there, and Sivir, the big target of all the damage, chased all the way under tower, but she manages to get away. Now they turn on Reloop. Can they get her? It's Xinjiao, ultimate, there it goes, one more attack. iStar picks up the kill for that one. They're going to find Midget Task Force on the outside, almost, and iStar wants it, but he cannot find it, and now he's trapped on the wrong side of the turret. That was a one for none, but such a dangerous move. I could not believe how close that was.
That was an interesting engage. I almost helped her to find iStar, but you know, I guess you never really know what's going to happen in these kind of games.
Yeah. You were talking about the top lane before all of that. Raisin yeah, he's definitely been out farming and zoning out the Fetus Ninja. Malphite not able to even keep up close to him in farm. He's down almost 30 CS. And he doesn't have the items. Now, even though Raisin doesn't have the kills yet, it doesn't mean anything, because he should be able to really outscale this Malphite into the late game, especially once he gets that Blade of the Rune King that he's working towards right now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that top is something we're going to have to keep an eye on, because, like you said, Jax is just such a strong laner, and I've seen Malphite do it before, but never really against the Jax, so that's...
Yeah, and they need Vi to help out to get this minion wave off the turret and to put some pressure off of Malphite. But she hasn't been up there once. She's been focusing on cleanup duty in the mid lane most of the time. And she's getting it. You know, she's got a kill. Death as well, but it's not really enough to keep this Jax from scaling super hard. And he's going to get really scary the longer the game goes on.
That's definitely true. What we need right now is for Malzahar to be able to build something completely, you know...
Well, here comes Vi now. Oh, they're getting the Assault and Battery. They found him. And the Counter-Strike, not enough to stop them completely. The Vault Breaker will come back up in just a few more seconds, continuing to poke him away. There's nothing to jump to. Now there is. There's a couple of minions. Raisin will get out just barely. Almost a successful gank by Midget Task Force, but they don't have the damage to complete it. And oh, here they come again. Re-engage. Here's Astronaut Bob, and they're going to find... Oh my goodness, Jax goes down, and now it's a 2v1. But can Astronaut Bob do it? He's on Vi. Midget Task Force forced to run into the bush, trying to kite away, gets a vision. The flash is burned. One more hit will do it. There it goes. Astronaut Bob. Can he escape? No, he turns on Fetus Ninja. It's a 1v1 in the top lane between the jungler and the top, and they'll decide to call it quits. Right there. Wow, and we missed, actually, LeBlanc in the mid lane. Found Dr. Evil Bob, and he proved to be her death at the end of that with one more Ignite tick.
Yeah, I was just about to point out to you that I noticed that LeBlanc is starting to get critically low in bot rather quickly, and you can see that, you know, Malzahar is definitely doing what, you know, he does best.
Don't give us a break for the action sometimes, and Reloop is going to find iStar even as we say it, and actually, King Murgalurgalur is being chased down, and he'll have to back away too. Sivir, too squishy right now. Although the AD carries have been pretty even this game for the most part. Corki is farming better.
Yeah, Sivir needs to get some, you know, armor on her, or else things are about to get ugly pretty soon.
Yeah, it's hard when you can't quite kite. Just Janna has been zoning out really well, and of course Corki, his ultimates, they're on such a low cooldown, and that's, you know, making up for the fact that they don't do a ton on their own. And it's continually kiting and poking, and they need Vi in just about every lane to make this happen. But Budy's Systm is making life really, really hard for their opponents right now in just every single one of these lanes. Although credit to Dr. Evil Bob picking up that kill with the Ignite tick, showing that he can match LeBlanc 1-for-1 as a Malzahar.
Yeah, you're definitely right. And I've also, you know, when it comes to Janna's ult, that's something you also have to look down for. I play her personally, and I know her cooldown is pretty low too compared to Corki, so that's, you know...
Oh, they find it. Oh. There's the Solar Flare. She's got the ult. Is she going to use it, though? There it goes. It's exactly what you're talking about. Now it's going to be a 3v3. Astronaut Bob turning on in. There's the Assault and Battery, though. They find iStar, but all of a sudden, Vi is by herself, separated. Sivir having to back up. King Murgalurgalurgal, are you going to get a kill? No, you're not. And down goes Vi, and woof. A little bit of a sloppy engage gets turned right on around thanks to Astronaut Bob and a well-timed ult from X Shinigami. They're going to go for Dragon now.
I'm telling you that ult of Janna's, you know, in team fights actually does help a lot, because personally speaking, I know, you know, once you time it correctly, and the other team's about to engage. Once you set that ult off, your team gets pushed, the enemy team gets pushed back, your team gets healed, which just, and if you're under turret, that helps even more. So, and I think that's something that just happened right now in bot lane.
Yeah, it was just a complete turnaround when the overextension came in. Vi decided to dive in without the help from her teammates. Sivir was already down to about half health when that happened. There's just nothing doing, and as a result, they gave up Dragon. They gave up a kill. It's 6-3. There's a Dragon up, and they're rocking about a 2k gold lead. So Dr. Evil Bob probably being the one bright spot really on this team right now, holding the mid lane against LeBlanc, and fending off that gank from Astronaut Bob as well. These Bobs don't like each other very much.
You got that right. I know for a fact that Malzahar can probably carry this team to victory if his Vi does help him gank this lane. Their turret is almost completely down. So
yeah, mid lane's about to fall. This is going to be actually the first turret in the game, and it goes over to Gather and Give. Surprisingly, given the way that they've kind of been pushed on most of this game, Malzahar picking up the first turret. It's good, but it's a mixed blessing. Double-edged sword. It means LeBlanc is going to roam completely free right now, and that's kind of a scary thing to deal with, especially when you're as squishy as, like, Sivir, for example.
Yeah, you're definitely right. But, I mean, I think their team can definitely put their trust that Malzahar can effectively carry, because once you've already got one kill on LeBlanc, and you're ahead in CS, there's really no stopping you from carrying your team.
Yeah, he is a kill up. I mean, well, LeBlanc has 2 kills, he's got 1. In all honesty, though, he has had a bit of a rough early laning phase, but now that he's won his lane, and he's gotten a little beefier thanks to that Rod of Ages and Chalice of Harmony, he shouldn't have too much trouble scaling really hard, and yep, there's the ults. Sivir, Spell Shield's actually one of them for my star, but he'll have another rocket soon enough, and Shinigami just clearing wards in the bot lane. Vi looking to come up on the top side for the gank. She'll back off, though.
Right now, what purple team really needs is a successful gank from Vi for mid lane in order for them to actually maybe get close to getting second turret. And as long as top lane, bot lane can hold off rather well, this team might be able to go into purple team's favor. But then again, you never know, because the way that Jax is playing top, it seems like Malphite might be able to have to step it up a bit in CS.
This has got to be one of the longest laning phases we've had in a while, too. It's 17.5 minutes and only 1 turret taken in the entire game. It's just been kind of a farm fest up top for a while, but Jax is clearly winning it, and he just keeps just poking down the rock, just little bit by little. Lamppost is wearing it away.
Yeah, I've noticed we've had some pretty long games tonight. These guys really do know what they're doing.
Yeah, now the lead is less significant right now, too, because it's such a slight 2,000 gold lead that it really doesn't matter too much for either team, really, for Budy System or Gather and Give. They just have a really even game, and it can turn so quickly. They just have to find something, and Vi continuing to sit in their jungle, not really applying any pressure on the map right now, and that's the big difference between these two junglers. Astronaut Bob has been everywhere.
It does seem like she is trying to help top right now, and Xin Xiao does look like he's heading over there too, so that's something we have to keep an eye on.
Oh wow, that was a max range ward. He's actually going to start Baron. This is insane. This is an 18-minute Baron with nobody dead, and they're going to try to duo it thanks to the Pharaoh Flare that Xin Zhao's got. I think they might be able to do this. They're sneaking it. They're sneaking it really well. There's no pings going down. Malphite's just kind of wondering where Jax is, and he's just sitting there, not really doing much of anything. Raisinwell and Astronaut Bob are both half health, but this Baron is gonna go down. It's only 19 minutes. This is insane. This is completely crazy, and Raisinwell might give up the ghost in just a minute, but they might be able to pick this up. This is so close, and they are going to get a 19-minute Baron. Pharaoh Flare is OP.
You got that right. That's something I've never really seen before. I mean, maybe when Earth was still, available, but not in regular 5v5.
That was such a cheeky maneuver from Budy System. They're like, you know what? These guys are so scared of us right now. Not even going to attempt to contest when we do this. And whoa, okay, iStar gets blown up. Maybe not worth. Shinigami got to back away. But this is the first time that there's been a power play on the red side in bot lane, and they're going to try and turn around on Dragon, but it's still a minute away. Can't do anything there. They might as well push the turret. Looks like it's what they're going to do. Baron buff didn't save iStar that time. Looks like they're going to take the tower out, or at least they're going to get a lot of damage onto it before Corki manages to get his way back to lane. Xin Zhao still very far out. Malzahar engaging right in the middle, though. He's going to find LeBlanc. No, he can't. The Ignite ticks down on that side. And Modota picking up a kill, but they answer back with a turret in the bot lane. Again, this is still close, but the Baron up 4 members still of Budy's system are going to make a big difference.
You're right, there's nothing really that Janet could have done. I mean, all she has on her is the Sight Stone and her gold item. You know, that doesn't really help.
Oh, and Jax picks off Malphite in the top, too. That's not what you want to hear when you're already down a few deaths, when these things are already happening in quick succession. There's going to be another tower taken. So actually the first tower of the game for Budy's system, but they're starting to steamroll ahead, and action is finally starting to get going at 20 minutes in. Will has the free reign of this jungle, and here comes Midget Task Force, but I don't think he can 1v1. He's going to try, though. There's a counter-strike. Oh boy, this is going to be a very close one. There's the Assault and Battery landing, and Will is low, and he does go down to Midget Task Force. I suppose that's one reason you build Elder Lizard on Vi.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen so many Vi's different builds, and this is definitely something you know, once you got your giant spell on Vi, her...
Whoa, Bob is thirsty. He dives all the way in onto Dr. Evil Bob. Again, these Bobs really, really hate each other. Modota is going to help him get this kill right now. Astronaut Bob takes it. And the dive complete, and they're going to find Leon on the outside. Reloop trying to solo these 2 assassins, really, at this point. That's what Astronaut Bob is. But they're going to find a lot of help in the form of Fetus Ninja and Midget Task Force, who turn right around. Big shutdown goal. Dr. Evil Bob goes down, but so does Astronaut Bob. The field is clear of Bobs for the time being.
It seems like Sivir and Leona might be going after a Corki chase down on bot, though.
Yeah, they are, but iStar has got that Valkyrie, so he does have escapes. And let me just say, I really like the name Bob. I think it's like the best name ever. So I'm really glad that there's 2 Bobs in this game.
Bob be Bob.
On a totally unrelated note. Yeah. Shinigami's going to look to steal this, but I don't think he can. And actually, iStar could. There goes, nope, goes down too quick. And they're going to try to go in and capitalize on this reloop. Ooh. When you see LeBlanc right in your face for 1 second, that is just a scary moment. But she dashes right out, not to die super duper quickly. It's like a blink.
Right now, what blue team really has to do is focus on taking that mid turret from Malzahar, and after that, I'm pretty sure they can probably start, you know, maybe catching up in gold, trying to, you know, have better lanes. But for right now, it does seem like it's going in blue team's favor with 9 kills in their favor.
Yeah, now that Gather and Give they're still up a tower, but they're down a few kills and down a bit of gold. But if there's a good 3 or 4 man roam from Budy's system, they should have no trouble picking off just about anybody on this team. The problem is they're just slow to get out. As soon as they pick someone off, they need to turn, they need to run, they can't take a re-engage, they get bullied up. The Baron buff really didn't help as much as it could have, and that's just because it was such an early Baron. The regeneration doesn't mean as much, and Dr. Evil Bob's going to turn around on Will. He's actually going to pop his ult. Nether Grasp. They get him. Fetus Ninja trying to go on him. There's the tick. Vi doesn't even need to help out. Fetus Ninja picks up the kill, and Jax is down. Reloop now being targeted out. iStar shredding that armor. There's the ultimate. Janna actually knocks Reloop back. Solar Flare goes down, but it's not even enough. And here comes Sivir trying to turn on to Shinigami, but has to run away. Gets knocked up. Spell Shield pop just a little bit early. There it goes, but he still goes down. iStar, one more tick. There he goes, and Budy system once again clearly in the lead despite the setback up top lane.
Yeah, they're just completely melting them.
Yeah, and they get the turret out of it too. This is the 4-man roam. Here it goes. They're going to push this tower down. There's only 2 defenders. Fetus Ninja and Midget Task Force are not going to be able to hold this off. They have too much damage. And Fetus Ninja, you waited way too long to get out of there, and all of a sudden they're committed to this engage. He melts. The rock goes down like he was a squishy, and Midget Task Force now being chased down by Astronaut Bob, who has so much damage. He'll turn right back on around, and they'll get this tower. Baron is up in 2 minutes. They are taking a clear map advantage, and the only thing that Gather and Give can really answer back is a turret by Dr. Evil Bob, who's now going to go down to Will in the mid lane. He is being chased around. He does not have his ult up. He is going to go one more tick down, and they're threatening this top lane turret as it goes. I am running out of breath discussing this entire situation. Astronaut Bob, what are you doing? You're staying way too long, but they have a teleport in. It is continuing to go. Will comes in. They're finding Midget Task Force. They're jumping all over him. His health pool is going to go down. Ignite will tick. And now it's Reloop's turn. The tower falls. I cannot believe this Fetus Ninja is in here for the relief, but he can't do enough damage. And they will get everything except the inhibitor before backing off. Wow.
They completely just dominated that lane with only Janus being to be the only one that died, along with Corki, of course. But I mean, oh sorry, Corki didn't die, just Janna. But
yeah, that was nuts. Everybody went low in that fight, but nobody went down until Janna. And it's just such a crazy engage that just keeps going time and time again in the favor of the Budy system. Their gold lead is so high right now. It's 8,000 gold up. Or wait, sorry, 6,000 gold up. I can still not math very well. 8s and 6s are really bad for me.
This game definitely did turn out quite. Well, actually, we did predict that bot lane was Janna or and right now. Dominating bot lane.
Yeah, and now that they've opened up that bot lane inhibitor, there's just really not a whole lot that Gather and Give can do. Except defend. They cannot take an aggressive position, but here they go. Anyways, here comes Reloop, but he's got no friends in the area, and he's going to back away without popping anything. Baron is once again live, and there will soon be a dance to see who controls that particular buff. Oh, there's actually an earlier dance. Oh, they're going to find Sivir on the outside. King Murgalurgle, what are you doing, bro? Okay, he's going to get out just fine. Spell Shield keeping the knock-up from happening. But Astronaut Bob is just such a scary jungler on that Feral Flare. He's also tanky with the Banshees and the Randuins. They just can't kill the guy.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Yep. Oh, Raisinwell. He's actually chasing Fetus Ninja out as well as grabbing that one. And Midget Task Force eats a bit of damage too. Another re-engage in the jungle is happening. Astronaut Bob is getting locked up by Dr. Evil Bob. Here's the Bob revenge, but he's going to dive in on... Wow, he melts Sivir before he goes down, and he's still alive. They're turning on Dr. Evil Bob. Astronaut Bob will go down. Once again, no more Bobs left on the map. Reloop is going to take a rocket in the back. The turnaround, it was a 3-for-1. And once again, a big, big favorable push coming out of Budy system, who can freely rain down on these turrets in the mid lane, and then they can turn for Baron if they really want to. And I think they're going to keep the siege up. Oh, and Raisinwell, he's up on the top lane by himself. There's no way they can contest both these at the same time. This is crazy.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Yeah, it's just absolutely insane right now. It's just becoming a very fast train wreck. The gold lead is spiraling out of control. 10K. They don't need Baron at this point. But look at Raisinwell. He's just standing there. He just knows he can get away. This is just becoming a stomp. And if there's anything Gather and Give can do to get back into this game, what do you think it is? If there's anything that that Gather and Give can get back into this game, can do to get back into this game, maybe it's a Baron buff, maybe it's a pick on a key target somewhere on the map, what can they do to really come back from this 10K, 10 kill, 4 tower deficit?
Their jungler Astronaut Bob, they're all pretty tanky, so they're pretty tough at this point. And just by themselves can do significant amount of damage on anyone.
And you know, there's a fair amount of defense finally being built. Malphite realizing, okay, I need to get this Randuins. I just don't survive. I get melted so fast. But it's not even the attack damage that's the problem. Yeah, you have Xin Zhao. Astronaut Bob is dealing a lot of damage, but he really isn't a huge threat. It's LeBlanc, her ability to just blow people up, and Corki sustain damage over time. They just cannot stand up to these fights. It's crazy, and you know, they're going to go for this Baron right now. So confident that they can do it, that Astronaut Bob is going to start it right now. Sivir can attempt to steal, but giving away her presence really early, and oh, she goes down! Solar come out way too... Raisinwell now on, leading the charge. Fetus Ninja, Midget Task Force, they're running away. Reloop is trying to run out of this one, but they're going to find Shinigami on the other side. Knocked back into it. Oh my goodness, LeBlanc is just going bananas. Midget Task Force is the next to fall. There are only 2 members of Gather and Give alive. Malzahar can't do it all alone. Astronaut Bob is melting his health, is getting his health pool melted, but Not fast enough, and Dr. Evil Bob will have to run away. This could very well be the game at 29 minutes. The ace comes in 5 seconds until Silver comes back up. This game is so close to done right now.
That was just a Baron fight that not
Red team's
that
turret
was
has
not
been
happen.
destroyed.
I mean, if you approach easy counter them.
Yeah, oh, Silver does get the shutdown gold, but then she goes down herself. There are no more towers left between them and the Nexus. The flash away, they're just kiting around, just buying the time. This is gonna be the game. And your champions, guys, are gonna be the Budy system. Wow.
Yeah, just there really are no words for it. That early Baron, I mean, like you said, it wasn't much helpful, but it kind of did throw up the other team.
Sorry, could you say again, Alex?
Sorry, that Baron fight, like you said, was not helpful, but it did throw off the other.
Yeah, it was just not the greatest position for Silver to be in. Don't make me say the name again. She just kept getting caught out and out and out, and it just with no health pool whatever to speak of. They didn't need CC to just melt her, and LeBlanc turned on the Deathfire Grasp, just two-shotting people all day. And that was really what they failed to keep in check, despite the fact that Malzahar won the mid lane, was able to keep a decent amount of, pressure on it the entire time. Once the tower was gone, LeBlanc just roamed, LeBlanc just killed, and that was it.
Right, and then like I said before, that bot lane worked in damage is just forced to be reckoned with. I know for a fact that Jana does have a stun on her, not a stun precisely, but it does slow the enemy, which is her choice, and with her ult, she played a huge part in this fight with Jack, tanky as he was, with long strong she was. It was just, it was just unstoppable.
Whoa, man, I'm losing my voice over that. That was just absolutely nuts. But a great game played by both teams, and in the end, the only one could take it. The snowball effect was completely in the favor of Budy System, and they just completely ran train on that one. And actually, joining us from Budy System, we're gonna have Raisinwell, the Jax player, their top laner. So, yeah, Unity, can you get us linked up, and we'll get the interview going. Well, while he's getting that going, we will just kind of keep discussing it. That Jax scaled really hard late game, managed to really overcome the fact that he couldn't really pick up early kills, and then he just, was able to snowball really, really far ahead. But let's let him talk about it a little bit. Joining us now, Raisinwell. How's it going, man? Oh, maybe we don't have a LinkedIn yet. Okay, so we're not quite there. Okay, so I don't know if we're going to be able to get the interview or not.
Hello?
Oh, there we go. Hey, we finally got it.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us. Congratulations, first of all. Well played. And how does it feel to be a LoLTourneys champion today?
Good. Really good.
So tell us a little bit about the composition that you guys were going for. It seemed to be sort of a catch and mobility comp.
We just really wanted to play like random champs, like that we like to play. That we were good at.
Just kind of went with whatever felt comfortable, and well, I guess it worked out.
Yeah.
That was solid. Yeah. Well, okay. So towards the mid game, when things started turning around in your favor, you had a couple of really nice roams, and then there was that sneaky 19-minute Baron. What were you thinking the entire time that was happening? Did you think you were going to get collapsed on, or were you just like, no, they have no idea?
Well, they had no wards on Baron, so yeah.
Well, it worked out for you guys. I mean, it didn't really make as big a difference in that point of the game, but that really kind of was the point when you started steamrolling ahead.
We kind of wasted it.
Yeah, well, you did okay. There was some really interesting catches on both sides, but overall, you guys definitely had the better rotations and a nice 4-1 split push. You staying in the top there.
Yeah.
All right. So, do you have any other questions, Alexandria? Do you want to ask anything?
No, I mean, I saw how fast that yes,
Wait, what?
Yeah, could you repeat the question?
I can't really hear. What?
So I said that I saw how quickly you managed to get ahead of CS compared to Alpine, and after that I saw you like you mentioned before, you guys did that there fight, but I think definitely you did have a part in carrying. So congratulations.
Yeah, I think she's asking, just in case the mic situation is still kind of an issue, I think she's asking about the early CS lead you managed to get up on Malphite. You really look like you were going to farm him, like just kill him lots and lots of times. Couldn't manage to do it, but you definitely kept him from farming.
Yeah.
And that's just something you're used to doing, I suppose, if you're comfortable playing Jax.
I play like, I think, I don't really play him a lot, but like, I actually like only played him this tournament. I don't really play him.
Oh, well, did pretty impressive. I suppose that's all we got time for. But hey, thanks for joining us once again, as well. And everybody on Budy System, congratulations. GG, well played. And of course, to your opponents as well. Well done on second place. And I think that's going to be it for our broadcast today. That's going to wrap it up. But I hope you guys have enjoyed some of our newer faces and some of our old as well. And look forward to seeing us once again soon. Check us out, LoLTourneys.com. Enter those tournaments. We got a whole new format coming up for May, and we have our season. So do not miss it. We've still got slots to sign up. Once again, it's Alexandria and PiraTechnics. We're signing out, guys. We will see you next week or Wednesday.